12:30 tomorrow, Stratford Station before the Crystal Palace game. Me and many other West Ham United fans are going to be protesting against the board. It's been an awful long time coming. I believe the last time there was a protest was during COVID. But obviously, recent results, as well as the transfer window, as well as the mass exodus every time we concede a few goals and people coming to the realisation that we were sold a load of lies when we left Upton Park. We were promised world-class, vibrant stadium, world-class players, and we've got absolutely none of it. All the success on the pitch, which the media are trying to justify how good of an ownership they've been, is due to one man, and that's David Moyes. For a few years, he made us all forget about how shit the stadium is. And let me be 100% clear on this, they get absolutely zero credit for the appointment of David Moyes. He was a manager out of sorts, it was pure luck, he was cheap and available, and he resurrected his career. And when there's good results, you'll put up with the stadium, but the second it goes to shit, you can be shit at Upton Park because we're still West Ham. If you've sold us all this nonsense, you've done it on a whim, and we're shit, we're letting in 3, 4, 5 every other week, people are going to stop going and come to the realisation it's fucked. And even journos in the media are starting to shout about it now. How shit the badge is, how shit everything is, and how there's thousands of people, even when we were doing really well, every year thousands of people stop going. And why is that? Because the stadium is not a football stadium, it's not West Ham, it's just not who we are. And tomorrow we get the chance as a fan base to come together and peacefully let them know what we think of them. Hopefully there's going to be thousands of us there. But it's really been getting me thinking the last few days about how they promised us success and promised us all these things, when really we all started supporting West Ham not because of the success, because there's barely been any success. I mean, I'm 30 years of age and there's probably been about 4 or 5 good seasons. I remember Pardew's first year in the Prem, that was really good. There was a couple that were okay mid-table finishes. We had the last year at Upton Park, we had the years under Moyes, but other than that, we've been used to dross, haven't we? And it's like, I remember one of the best games I've been to was the last ever game I managed to get to over Upton Park with my old man, and that was when Scott Parker scored a 30-yarder against Wigan. And it sounds stupid, obviously, but when you lose people like your old man, you gravitate towards those memories. And to a neutral, hearing about a goal from Scott Parker against Wigan to stay in the league might be whatever, but to me, I'll take that to the grave of me, just the greatest moments. And it didn't matter that we were shit. It matters who you're with, it matters that what you're supporting, who you are, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? And that's still one of my greatest ever memories. And that's why it's like we left the stadium and all of our heritage and all the culture that we created to become this supposed world-class team when none of us really wanted that. And at that time, what I thought was my protest and my mate's protest was, we're going to stop going. We went from going every week home and away to stop going, and we thought if we stop giving them our dough, that's our way of saying, right, we're not on board with West Ham London. But in reality, we should have been doing these protests in the last year at Upton Park. But I just sort of accepted that, this is it now, I won't be going anymore. And as hard as that was my stand, when really, as I say, we should have been doing way more. And there was a few years where I tried really hard to not go. I went to 1 or 2 games in 4 or 5 years, and that was so hard for me. And then obviously during lockdown, we all was bored shitless, and my mate come back from uni and he was like, yep, let's start going again. And I was like, for fuck's sake. And ever since, I've been going over there, and it's just every single season that passes, more and more people stop going. And I think that the only people that don't moan about it, obviously I'm not a spokesperson for every West Ham supporter, but from the people I speak to at the games anyway, the ones that don't mind it as much are ones that never maybe got to experience Upton Park, or there's nothing for them to miss because this is all they know, and that's absolutely fine. Obviously you can't help when you were fucking born or what grounds you went to, but for the majority of West Ham fans, there's just an apathetic feel. And as I say, I've watched us get pumped numerous times at Upton Park and away from home, and I very rarely leave early because I'm like, well, I've paid my dough, I'll clap the players off at the end regardless of what's happened. But now it's just like a mass exodus. Every time we let in a few goals, everyone's looking around, there's like this soulless bowl, none of your mates are there anymore. It's just not what we were sold. And there's only 3 people to blame: the Gold family, Karen Brady, and the dwarf that is David Sullivan. And tomorrow we get the opportunity to come together and let them know how we feel. And it's really interesting how a lot of the media are even backing West Ham fans now, and obviously for years we've just been talking into an echo chamber amongst ourselves and no one really listening to us, because the easy argument's always been, oh well, you had David Moyes and you handed him out. And it's like, David Moyes wasn't handed out, his contract ran out. There was a minority of West Ham fans that detested him, which I never agreed with. You can obviously want to change your manager without being disrespectful. He'll go down as one of our greatest ever managers, and whether that irks you to say, that's just the facts. He gave me some of the best nights of my life. But on the other hand, the board used David Moyes as a shield for 3 years, because rather than moaning about them and how they've sold us down the river and how we're not West Ham anymore. We hear it every single home game. You sold your soul for this shithole. We're moaning about Moyes in, Moyes out, when really, that don't fucking matter. And I've seen a lot of West Ham fans say, oh, what's the point in signing a petition? What's the point in going to this protest tomorrow? And I sort of get the apathetic feel, but I know it sounds a bit deep, but I think we owe it to our lost fucking fathers, granddads, mates that can't go anymore or have passed away to give it one last fight against this board. And you know what I mean? Like, West Ham's always felt a bit different, and of course I'm biased because I'm a West Ham supporter, but even neutrals have said it over the years. West Ham are different. Like, we take all them fans away. We've got a massive support. We took 30,000+ to Prague, and we're meant to be a small club in London. I'm not being funny. I don't think there's another club like us, to be honest. Like, even when we went down, we still mainly packed out Upton Park. Obviously there'd be a couple of K that didn't go, but you look at teams like Leeds when they went down a couple of times, and I know they were down for a lot longer than us, but Ellen Road was fucking empty, and there's lots of clubs that are like that. And hopefully tomorrow, it's almost like the last hurrah for me. I really do feel like if things don't rapidly change or we don't get our voices heard, I'm gonna have to stop going because it's so unenjoyable. How can you dread going to watch your own football team? It's fucking ridiculous. We've got the worst stadium in the whole of fucking England, Europe even. You can't be like, we need to have a fight back. And yeah, it might be too late, but I want to be on the right side of history. I want to say, you know what, before I packed it in, I gave it all I could. I made my voice heard. I think it's such a huge part of a lot of our lives that the easy solution is we'll stop going and giving them money. And to be honest, people that say that are right. We should stop going, because if we stop giving them our dough every season, they'll be absolutely fucked, and they'll be either forced into change or forced to sell. But the hatred I have for these owners, it goes beyond words. Like the way they treat the elderly, the disabled, the kids, and the way they go on the media and say how the stadium's full of families. It's like they're shysters. They're fucking shysters, honestly. The way that they come into this football club, pretended to be West Ham supporters, pretended to be one of us. David Gold giving it, oh yeah, I was born 442 Green Street. Whatever, mate. I'm sorry. Like, he's just full of shit. And I know everyone says that Gold was like the best out of the three. But if anything, the fact that he claimed to be a diehard West Ham fan, why would he want to move us to a soulless bowl? Why would he promise all them cafes, burger vans, pin badge people, fucking Olas, pitches at the new ground if he didn't mean it? How are they meant to be one of us? I think for me that's the most gutting thing. If some fucking random comes over from abroad, sells us out, obviously the London Stadium was a great opportunity to make a few quid and enhance the worth of the club. But for them to do it and pretend to be one of us, what the fuck's that about? That makes their actions even worse, don't it? And the problem I have, like many others, is that since I was like the age of 6, West Ham United has been my whole personality. It's all I think about. It's all I do. It's my only hobby. Like, if I go into an office or go into fucking anywhere and I ask someone what team they support and they say that they don't like football, I'm absolutely stumped. That is just who I am. And to stop going again is going to be so fucking hard. But if that's what it takes to get these cunts out, we're going to have to do it. And the only thing that's keeping me hanging on by a thread is my away points. Because obviously going away from home is that one little glimpse of the old West Ham. That ain't West Ham London, that's West Ham United. But yeah, I've pretty much said the same thing the whole week now. But to make it blatantly clear, tomorrow there is a protest, Stratford Station, 12:30. If you don't go West Ham anymore, if you're still going, you're sick of it, just come along. Just show your support and get behind this, because it might go nowhere. It could go somewhere. It's worth the risk. Just come. It'd be like an hour of your day. And at least you can say that you tried. We tried to get him out. And ignore the media, ignore fucking Simon Jordan waffling shit, which pains me to say, because normally I'm the one twerking for Simon Jordan. But honestly, that drivel he was shouting about yesterday, just so out of touch. It's like, oh, like a few bad results. It's not about the fucking results. A lot of us followed West Ham, we were shit under Allardyce, under fucking Avram Grant. Years before I was born, I'm sure we were pony. It's not about the results. Like, you cannot move us from Upton Park, destroy the heritage of the football club, sell us out for a soulless fucking bowl, and expect nothing to happen. You got fucking lucky with David Moyes. We owe a lot to David Moyes, because without him, we'd probably be in the fucking Championship or League One. He works miracles. Anyway, I could go on about this till I'm fucking purple in the face, but I've got to go back to work now. But tomorrow, Stratford Station, 12:30. If you're proper West Ham, if you love West Ham, if you ever gave a shit about us, give it one last try. Let's try and get them out peacefully. Don't have any violence, no nonsense, because that's exactly what they want. They'd fucking love that. West Ham hooligans causing chaos. No. West Ham supporters wanting their fucking football club back. If you are going over there, I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30. Keep it peaceful. Hopefully something can happen. West Ham United, come on you Irons.